you healed your inner child. Whatever situation you did, whatever situation you went through, it is now causing you to no longer be in this contentment energy. And this person found you to be a mystery in so much shape or form because you were always so impactful to being higher conscious. With relaxation, you believe that there was a higher calling for yourself. Literally, with waiting, you believe that there was something better for you out there. Yeah, I'm taking off the nails right now. I just ordered some more. I'm getting some more. I'm about to do yes, yes, yes. But hold on, let's see what's going on. With the hope, you're hoping for something. But what I was saying was, anyway, I woke up this morning, right? So when I woke up this morning, you know what I usually do. I'm gonna go thank you Lord, all this other stuff. Nah, I just do what I do, right? So I woke up this morning and I felt something in my spirit. Like I was just like, what's going on? And he started talking to me and started confessing to me in a way that I couldn't really understand while I was talking. But once I got to the message was be like a coconut and learn to fall from the coconut tree and get to the point of getting back up because all you got to do is clean the coconut off and open the coconut and there's nothing wrong with the inside. As long as the inside is good. So hear me out. That's the basic of the story, right? Okay. A coconut tree, right? When you see a coconut tree grow, it's a beautiful, it has the branches, it has the beautiful leaves, it has the beautiful scenery always is in tropical places. It is imported into the United States, right? So whatever happens with the coconut, right? The coconut is going to grow, but it has a hard exterior, right? Because you have been through so much. You have been through so much heartache, you have been through so much pain, you have been through so much people passing away in your life. You've been friends and family turning on you, dealing with them and still trying to respect them, but they still trying to hurt you in some way, shape, or form. And you literally started growing outside of yourself because you were focusing on the world, focusing on you instead of not focusing on yourself, being in the world and not of the world. So you had to bounce back, right? You had to get it together. And what ended up happening was you grew this exterior, and with this exterior, you started creating this sweetness inside of you, which was like something that only you had to either understand or learn, but it wouldn't grow that much because you only had a certain extent, right? So you got to let the white part or the fullness of your light grow, right? So with this coconut tree, sometimes you pick the coconut, you don't let it fall because it hits you in the head, right? You're not really supposed to let the coconut fall. But sometimes you fall, and you really, in this scenario, are supposed to repent, right? So sometimes when you pick the coconut and it's just right, you gotta thank the Lord, basically. And what I was saying with the whole coconut tree, it was seeming like people were trying to you as the coconut tree. You weren't perfect. You weren't made with all of these non-flaws. You were made with something that God had to preserve you and He had to keep you. And you fell into the world. And the sand in this scenario is the world, right? And you got to go dirty, you got to go scruffy, you got to go messy. But all God had to do was wipe you off with His blood, His water, His integrity, His grace. And ended up, you start to purify yourself. You got baptized, you got cleansed, you got dipped in His blood, right? And sometimes people try and compare you to other things because they seem like, oh, well, their life is perfect. Why they don't go through stuff? Why they going through stuff when in reality you behind closed doors praising in the Lord or believing in self or believing in higher conscience because you had to go through a certain period of not doing that, right? So people try and compare you to like a banana tree, right? People compare you to a banana tree, but you got to realize with a banana tree, if you don't pick that at the right time, it takes a while for a coconut to really go bad. But if you don't pick a banana tree, it can get really bad really quickly, right? Because it oxidizes. It has too much things of the world that is trying to pressure it to do other things because it's so fixated on being of the world and not in the world and not of the world. Y'all see where I'm going with this? And what ended up happening was because you were a coconut, you weren't focused on this person or this thing that was trying to preserve the world or preserve what it is that was going on with what is happening. And you had to see